Alright guys, Granny coming at you from inside of Katara and I's Season 1 Minecraft world. So I thought today I would show you how to make a simple and efficient sugarcane farm. So I hope I have everything in this chest. If I don't, I'll put it up on the screen what's missing so that you can gather all of your materials before you start doing this. Anyway, you're going to need 2 chests, 1 hopper. You're going to need some powered rails, and you only need about 4 powered rails. And then you're going to need some regular rails, a lever. Actually, it's supposed to be 2 levers, so 2 levers, 1 minecart with a hopper. And we're going to make ours 10, but you can make it as big as you want. So we just need 10 observers, 10 pistons, and 10 pieces of dirt. I have more than that. You're going to need some stairs, some glass blocks, some sugar cane, 2 water buckets, and some blocks. For me, I'm going to use the polished andesite, but you can use whatever block that you want. It can be cobblestone, whatever. And like I said, if I forgot anything and we get along in this video, I'm going to put it on the screen right now. All right, with all that being said, let's grab up our materials. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I have built this little warehouse, and I don't have the roof on it yet because I want to put a few little farms inside of it. So I'm going to put the roof on after I get some of these farms built. But you want to make sure that you're 2 away from the wall, and you'll see why here in just a minute. All right, but I dug down the little hole for the chest, and then right behind it, and it can be on either side, it doesn't really matter. You can even put 2 hoppers in here if you wanted to. I just do 1. All right, so there's our thing. Now, right here is my center point. So I am going to build it as 10. All right, so if these are 2 spaces here, we're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now these last 2, well, this one here and here. So I actually now have 11 tracks. Okay, I'm going to take that one off, and we're going to put a powered rail and 1 there. So we now have 12 because we added an extra piece here and there. And the reason I do that is just so that we have a little extra space for our minecart to pick up a little speed. All right, and we're going to put blocks at the end of those. Okay. Now here I grab my levers, which I've got to go make 1 more. And I'm going to put a lever right there to turn it on. Let me go make 1 more lever. Oh, I put my cobblestone over here. I have been glitching bad today, so bear with me. Okay, so we have our other lever. We're going to do the same here. Okay, so now we have our powered rail system. Now this back part is actually going to have blocks that go like this. And we can just fill this in with blocks too. But It's not important. You don't have to do that part. Now we're going to put our dirt directly over the top of our rails. And then we're going to bring this all up by one. Now, the reason that I put the blocks down is now you take your stairs, okay, and you're going to put one stair facing this way, and then these are all going to come down to here until you get to where that lever is. Oops. Anyway, this is where our water system is going to come from. And once again, I'm going to put my blocks there. I'm going to leave that one there just so I have a way to get up. Alright, so now we need to make an infinite water source. See, I've already got the walls built, so I can just come to the corner here and make a 4x4, well, a 2x2 square. Put one in that corner, one in that corner. Okay, and we're going to come over here and fill up each one of those stairs with water. I'm going to start down at this end just because it'll be closer each time to the point where I get up. A lot of back and forth. I could have put it closer, but I didn't. I just need one more. Alright. Wait, no, I don't. This is supposed to be an extra block, and this one here is supposed to be turned that way. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One, two, three, four. Alright, so that's right. So we've got 10. This one actually does not have to be there either. I'm going to go dump this bucket. Sorry, I don't know how to count. Okay, so again, we pull this one up, this one up. Now I'll have to repair the area that I just screwed up. Alright, because we are playing in survival and it is nighttime, I have to sleep. Alright, so hopefully I didn't confuse you much. Let's just go back over it so that I show you. Alright, so when we put down our block, we should have put a block and a block. So it should be L-shaped, upside down L-shaped on each side with 10 pieces of dirt or however big that you want it to be on the inside there. Alright, our next step is going to be, I'm just going to put a whole row of blocks all the way at the back. And then I'm going to grab my pistons. Okay, so now we want to put a row of blocks over top of our water. Okay, and I'm going to have to go get more blocks, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. Now, eventually I will put the blocks here, but just to keep it so that I'm not being too confusing, since I'm already screwing up some, I only put it over the water source blocks. Then we're going to put our 10 pistons down. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come up here, grabbing our observers, and we're going to place them down on top. We want that red dot to be facing the back of the farm and the face on it to be facing the front. So you just come up here on this back line that we created. So it should look like that. Now what's going to happen is once we add our sugarcane, the face will see it and it will set it off. Now, redstone. I forgot to say that we had to have 10 pieces of redstone. Okay, so now we grab 10 pieces of redstone. And you're going to come up onto this back area. And we need to put a block behind each one of the pistons. And then we're going to add a piece of redstone so that it's touching the back of the observer. So that now it will do that. And that's what we want. Okay? So we've got that part done. And now we've got to do our other part. So we're going to put our... Oops. We're going to put our sugarcane onto our dirt blocks. Now, I usually come back in behind, and on top of the observers, I put a piece, you know, like one of our building blocks, and then I come with my glass block. So you want one to go over, okay? And then I'm going to put a temporary block and a piece of glass. No, yeah, that's right. And we want it to come all the way in front. Now, the next step is we're going to place a block here so we can get up. And once again, I'm going to place a temporary block. And you want to bring the glass all the way down on the sides. I don't need that there. Okay, now I always pretty it up a little bit So well, I don't add it here. I just add a block here and get rid of our temporary, and then a block there. And just for making it even, we can do it like that. And we can get rid of this temporary block so that it's kind of got a little ledge there. Same here. Okay, and I just removed that one, didn't I? We want it to look the same. So, we don't need that one there. And then we get rid of that. Okay, so finally what I do is you can now add your minecart. Now that'll just keep back and forth, and collecting as the sugarcane grows. But I do like to put a few torches on here to give it light, so that even once I put a roof on this thing, it is pretty well lit. Now, let me show you what I do to make the bottom look better. Because at this point, it's technically complete. So I just am prettying it up, trying to make it look good. I have a little spruce here. I like spruce the best, but what I do is I'm going to make some trapdoors. I may need to make a couple more, I think. I just come here, squat down because you're going over your chest and all that. And then we're going to put some right up here. I need like 4 more. Alright. And then we can open them all. Or we can close them again. And that just adds a little bit of prettified. Anyway, I hope that this has helped you and not been too confusing. I did mess up a little bit, but anyway, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a like on this video. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Keep gaming, people.